Hello and welcome to Wonkler Investigates. For our first episode, we have something completely unexpected. Randomly, while mindlessly scrolling through Instagram, I fell upon a page called Michaeli, You Have Hit Metal 17 Times, which is a very simple video with an easy joke about if communist Russia had game shows. It's innocent enough to be completely unassuming and funny enough for people to follow the page. Now, daily pages are extremely common, with any form of joke or viral moment having some form of dedicated daily poster online, usually on Instagram or Twitter. But this story goes much deeper. Here's the original video with the original joke.
Kelly, you successfully hit metal 17 times, so you are now proud owner of this photograph of motorcar. I am happy, but property is theft, so you are now under arrest.
Even towards the beginning of this, people were making jokes about plot twists like Michaeli is a Soviet spy and investigating this game show, therefore he is impressed when he wins the photograph but is arrested for having property. The first variant of the time loop shows up on day 37 of this daily upload.
Photograph of motorcar. I am not happy. I'm sorry? I am not happy with it. You don't want the photograph? No. I've hit metal 17 times every day. I want 2 pictures of motorcar. Michaeli, you cannot just break your time loop. There is a way to escape, but you are yet to find it. And neither is your older self.
What this video does initially is provide a sense of intrigue for the beginning of this ARG. But what is really interesting to see is what happened the day before. On day 36, there was a post by an account named Marco Polo saying, "It's almost time," in all caps, and it's the first comment with 183 likes. And what happens the next day is the first variant of this. There was no warning before this, and there was no preparation for anyone outside of the creator of knowing what was going to happen. So it seems there might be some insiders on this. And that was proven true on day 37, when you go to the comment section from other people just complaining, saying, "Where is this meme from?" or "Why is this appearing in my feed?" The account Forgotten History shows up, saying, "Oh no, he's become self-aware." Now this is significant because when you go to the actual daily upload page, he is following a single account, Forgotten History. And there's a very interesting video that I found while scrolling through his posts. Take a look.
Early game shows struggled as many contestants were still feeling the effects of the war.
Joe, any funny stories from the last few years?
I kissed a man on the head before I ended his life with a pistol, and then I cried.
Okay, and what would you do if you won the money?
No.
Great.
As game shows grew, they developed in-jokes and references that new viewers found confusing.
Skin or bin? I'd like FNU. He's gone with FNU. Oh, that sound can only mean one thing. Audience?
Hello, Harry. Back from prison, or am I your brother?
And there he goes. Can Harry find the king's liver? Let's start the countdown. 13, 9.5.
Game shows spread around the world, including the Soviet Union.
Michaeli, you successfully hit metal 17 times, so you are now proud owner of this photograph of motorcar. I am happy, but property is theft, so you are now under arrest. Fair enough.
That's right, the origin is from Forgotten History, so it is likely to assume that Forgotten History is the creator of this channel. And you can definitely tell the similarities of impressions that happen on both accounts, and the jokes and the pacing are very similar as well.
Michaeli, you only hit metal 16 times, so I am sorry, but you'll go home empty-handed. Oh, what a shame. Michaeli, everyone. I can just go. Yes, you just go through there, and you will. So, let's see who our next contestant is on the show. Michaeli, back so soon. I guess you are still trapped. Fair enough.
Now, if you've been paying attention, every single variant ends with Michaeli saying, "Fair enough." Comments are starting to catch on to this, saying, "It's when he says fair enough. It always loops once he says fair enough. It has to be." Other people guessing if Michaeli hit the metal 16 times or 18 times, it would destroy the loop and free him. But our assumptions about what is actually creating this time loop may not be as accurate as we think.
Michaeli, you only hit metal 16 times, so I am sorry, but that sound can only mean one thing. I get to leave. No, it is time for the bonus round. Please, I want to see my Michaeli, can you name each of these objects? Fair enough. Square. Long square. Gambling cube. Welly. Silly factory. What is that? What is going on? There's not supposed to be there. Michaeli, please come with me over here. Slight problem.
Well, episode 4 does end with Michaeli saying fair enough. he also says it in the middle of the video with nothing happening. There seems to be more than a single hook creating this time loop. And as you can see from the videos, the host of the game show is very much aware of the time loop and seems to know the answer to the time loop, but is requiring McKaylee to figure it out for himself.
McKaylee, you successfully hit metal 18 times, so I don't care. I just want to live. I won't accept property, and I won't say fair enough. Shit. Oh, McKaylee, it's so cute how you think that makes a difference. As you hit the metal 18 times, you get a special prize. Phone call. I wonder who it is.
What do you mean you can't? Wake him up! Wake him up now!
Who is it? Why are you keeping me here? What is your end game?
For the first 40 days of this experiment, there was absolutely no changes, but now, every few days, there seems to be a change. The upload schedule seems to be a characteristic of potentially McKaylee's psyche, now realizing that he is stuck in some form of time loop and is attempting to find his way out. And with what you're seeing on the screen, looking like user input to some form of code, some very old Unix-looking syntax, with a print statement saying, "You can't end the game. The end game functionality has been permanently disabled. Load previous loop." Someone or something has removed an entire method from this code that would end the game and stop the loop, but is returning to an else statement, turning to the previous loop. And what is interesting is the reference to a factory in video 4. While it shows a poorly drawn photo of a factory in the beginning, for a very short and brief second you can see a factory completely melted down and destroyed, with an error sign coming after it. And it seems that this factory may have more to do with the story.
McKaylee?
A fire in the tech facility of Vale Industries, leaving 3 injured and CEO Michael Lee in a comatose state.
Contained before emergency services arrived. It was controversial, facing multiple lawsuits for abuse of employees and reported illegal testing of experimental tools.
Lee's partner, Gia Fields, isn't so sure. There's never been a fire before, and he's the only one who ends up in a coma. There's just something wrong about the way this has been investigated.
Earlier today, Forgotten History dropped a bombshell on us. Literally and figuratively. This latest episode reveals information potentially about the real world. First off, the report seems to talk about a fire within a factory where Michael Lee has fallen into a comatose. Michael Lee, McKaylee, there is an obvious connection between this real world fire and this time loop. But in the interview section, the woman talks about how there hasn't been a fire before and this isn't regular, and that Michael Lee has been illegally and irresponsibly been testing some form of experimental technology on people. What seemingly originally was a simple, repetitive joke has turned into a sinister plot to get revenge on one Michael Lee. Boys, I cannot wait to see what happens next in this series, and if you loved it, please let me know in the comments. And I'll be sure to report part 2 to you as soon as I can.